Hey, what's up guys, Mashine here, coming back with a brand new video for you guys. Today we're going to be talking about what could potentially be the next biggest takeoff in CSGO stickers. Now obviously we've got the Katowice 14 stickers that are obviously extremely expensive. However, there is one sticker and one sticker capsule specifically that people are looking at right now and potentially looking at its future value and where it might be. It's one that definitely, in my opinion, has some potential, and it's one that I'm probably going to be buying at least a couple of just to be safe. But as always guys, before we hop on into it, if you're looking to pick up any CSGO skins or potentially capsules, I've got a couple links in the description. Let's hop on into it. Now, this video started because of a Jesus video, and I've got to mention that. In his video, he talks about the simple gold from Krakow 2017, and that's what we're going to be talking about is the Krakow Legends capsule here, and just looking at why this capsule potentially has a lot of investment potential. Obviously, there's only 35 simple golds out there according to this video, and that number has even gone down since that video, so there is definitely a lot of potential for some super big money to be made. The simple gold is going absolutely crazy in price. It's got a huge price point. We're going to be looking at what that really means for the capsule itself. First up, I want to talk about the simple gold Krakow count, because that's what's really important here. On Buff, they're listed for just over $5,000 or about 32,000 Chinese yen, and right now there's only 31 of them tradable. This is very important because this is the driving factor for why the capsule is going up in price. People are looking to unbox the simple gold and a lot of other obviously high and expensive tier golds, but the simple gold right now seems to be the main driving force, as is the Titan for the Legends Katowice 2014. There's always one main sticker that ends up driving the price, and the rest of them just kind of follow as the capsule becomes extremely expensive. Now, before I get too deep into it, I just want to mention that the website for all this is cantry.dev, and it'll be linked in the description. It's very important to look at an updated supply of all these stickers and capsules potentially. Now, when we head on over to the lifetime graph for the Krakow here, it's obvious that this one had a very quick run up. It went from about $4 to around $20 in just a couple months. However, that was when we saw that sticker hype of 2020, and that's always something we gotta remember to not include when we're looking for actual reason to invest into something, because we can see very soon after it went crashing down to around that $13 mark. So it definitely held some of that value, but not even close to all of it. It held about 60-ish%. But we've seen lately that the price has definitely increased. We saw after Operation Riptide drop, it dropped down around 20 to 25%, but that was quickly picked up, and we're now looking at a capsule that on the Steam community markets got buy orders for around 22 bucks and is selling for around 23. One thing I do like about this is only 250 listed on the Steam market is definitely a good thing, especially when we've got, you can see 30 of them listed at 23.41. So there's definitely a lot of them that are just kind of spread out, and there's definitely a good amount of money that could potentially be made here as we're going up in prices. It looks like a very fluid increase in price is possible, rather than like 200 of these 250 being at $25 or at $30. There's definitely a good spread out. As you can see, there's like 1, 2, you have the occasional 10 or 15, but that's honestly pretty normal, and there's definitely a good chance that once this capsule starts moving, it's going to start moving again very quickly. Now, 250 listings is absolutely great. One important thing though we got to look at is the volume. Now, volume is something that's very important when we're looking at a rare item like this, because we don't know how many are going to be selling. It could be just 2 selling a day, and then obviously that's pretty much so low you can almost just get rid of it. But here we can see that there's 41 on average being sold a day, which is extremely good, because that means in about roughly, if there was no new listings, obviously 6 days you'd be going through the entire market. Now, that's not a metric I'm going to use to compare to anything, but it's definitely showing you that the demand is there. Heading back to the community market here, and more specifically looking at our month graph. Now, this is very important because we can see that this was pretty much stagnant for the first 2/3 of the month. Now this is honestly not important. What's important is when we start to see that pick up in value. We can see it go from roughly around that $19 line to it shoots up to around that 22, just over the $22 mark, goes back down very slightly and then goes back up again. Now this honestly, in my opinion, can be contributed to Jesus's video, and that's something this capsule is probably going to need to see a very big jump in price. There's going to be a lot of people looking at it as a FOMO investment, and honestly I think that's what's going to be pushing this capsule to new heights. There's going to be people that are looking at it and saying, well, for 20 bucks and it's got that potential of going to $100, $200 a capsule, I can't really say no. Now personally, that's not really the way I want the capsule to grow. However, I feel like that's most logically the way this capsule is going to grow. We're going to have someone like Sparkles or someone big in the community make a video saying hunting for the simple gold, and they're going to end up getting a different gold that's going to be worth like 500 bucks or 1,000 bucks or potentially something like that. They're just going to basically mention the fact that the simple gold is worth $5,000 and you can get it from this capsule. You got a 1 in 100 and some chance of getting it. Now obviously that's just getting a gold, but they're going to say you've got odds of getting 156 or whatever it is of getting a gold from this capsule, and people are going to go absolutely crazy because $20 for this opportunity is very good. Now if we actually look at what these stickers have to offer, they do also have some pretty good investment potential. We've got the first gold, which honestly is going to play a very big part in investing into this capsule. In my opinion, FOMO is what's going to be pushing up the price. However, I think the price is going to stay elevated because of the investment opportunity that is brought by these being the first gold. The first gold for so many of these players and the first gold in the game is definitely going to be something that later down the line people are looking for. I like to bring up the first gloves because at first the first gloves were not very well received. However, something like this could be compared to the gloves very vaguely. Obviously, they're not very similar products, but they both didn't have the biggest reception. They weren't going super crazy in price. Now, overall, I think there is definitely some really good investment potential brought by the Krakow 2017 autograph capsules, more specifically the Legends one. However, you definitely don't want to overpay for this. This is something that you want to make sure you're getting a good, fair value on. Make sure you're not overpaying for it. As we said before, buff is around like $15.50, so I wouldn't go more than $18, $19 if you're looking to buy with cash. But as always, guys, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Drop down in the comments below. I want to hear your thoughts on this one. If you guys think this is definitely going to be a great investment or if it's just going to kind of stagnate out. But as always, guys, I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.